Hi, welcome back to Garden of the Moors. It's the start of March and the garden is finally just about thinking about waking up. So let's go take a look around. Enjoy! We're actually starting off inside today on the windowsill because I just want to show you all of these amazing peppers and chilies and things I've got growing. So over on the left here, this first group are the habaneros. So these are from saved seed from last year that I've grown. So all of these got sowed in January, and they have a nice little grow light. Where is it? Which is just there, giving them that sort of blue colour. But it's so sunny today that they don't really need it. I've got these here, which are like a red, I think they're called like a red bullhorn, an Italian variety. Just next to them we have padrons, which are also from saved seed from last year. Then we have some California Wonder, I think they're called, which are another sweet variety, but like a big round one. And then last but not least, in fact, probably one of our bests, are these Toro Giallo, which is like a yellow bullhorn sweet pepper. So yeah, really looking forward to trying them, and they're growing so well, so I'm super happy. Yeah, can't believe it. The snowdrops have been as fantastic as ever. We've still got a few that are flowering there. Most of them have gone over now, and I'm just leaving them to it. I haven't moved any this year. It's been an incredibly cold winter this year, so they were a bit slower than normal, and in fact we've also noticed that the daffodils are a bit behind too. Hopefully they'll catch up soon, I'm sure they will. And then just behind I have my big beautiful camellia tree, which is covered in buds and is now starting to open some of its flowers. I don't know if you can see in there. Just trying. And also this one here, which is just about to open, so right on the edge. So that means it's probably going to open in the next couple of weeks. If it does, I'll make sure I have some lovely footage for you so I can show you next month, or at least in another video. But yeah, if all of these buds open together, it's just going to look incredible. Right, welcome to the greenhouse, March 2023. I've been pretty busy this year. So first up, we have the first of our broccolis, which are doing really well. I just need to thin those out where I've got multiples growing together. I've got a few seeds that I've started. They're not up yet, but the leeks are up, which is brilliant. They've done really well, good germination. So I'll probably be potting them on, well, it depends how quickly they grow, but I will pot them on out of that seed tray once they're a bit bigger. Got some spare strawberry plants there. My geranium cuttings have done fantastically. I'm really happy with them. Nice strong plants, and I've got loads. Some are even trying to flower, which is just crazy for the start of March. But yeah, really happy with them. Got my rosemary cuttings, which once it's a bit warmer, I'll put those outside now. They've done really well. Some sweet peas from saved seed. They've done much better this year than last year, which is great. And then look at these cuttings. All of these here were cuttings last year. So I've got those salvias here are the first ones. Then some upright lobelias. These are a blue variety. More salvias. And then red and pink varieties of lobelias. So upright lobelias, these ones, not trailing. And then these are the parent plants of the geraniums, which has done brilliantly as well. I cut them right back, but look at this. Absolutely stunning for the start of March. What a beautiful flower. Fantastic. So really happy with them. The plan, I think, is, because I've got so many geraniums, is I'll probably put these big ones in standalone pots, a bit like, you know, how you would see them in the Mediterranean, you know, on windowsills and things. and then probably have all of these in the border, just because I've got so many. But yeah, really, really happy with that. Really good success rate. So very pleased. Just outside the greenhouse, this Temperley early rhubarb is also doing brilliantly. It's got loads of buds in there. It was a bit unhappy last year. I think because of the drought, and also the chickens kept pecking at it. I've just got some chicken wire around it for the time being. They're not out yet, but at least it's there ready for when they do come out. It's one less job to do when we finally get the all clear to let them free. So I'm just going to let that grow on a little bit more before I start harvesting it, but really, really happy with it. It's got loads of old chicken manure around there, which it's loving. So that's doing brilliantly. And then the strawberries that we planted back in winter are also just holding on in there. I'm hoping that once it's a bit warmer, we'll be able to see them shooting off then. There's our Alex, he's still doing well. Alex, hello mate. And then just to the side, we have our first proper, well, actually the second proper flowers to come out, which are the primroses. So they're just fantastic. Here's one of those raspberries that I planted back in winter along with the strawberries. You can see it's now putting out some buds, which means that I'm going to need to cut these back down to the ground to encourage them to send out some new shoots ready for next year to fruit on. But it's really good. They've all of them have little buds which are now starting to open. If it will focus. So they're all starting to open now, which is brilliant. And it means that they're really happy in their new spot. So yeah, that's a job to do this month. The flower bed is looking pretty brown at the minute, but it is slowly starting to wake up. And one thing that's doing brilliantly in particular are the irises. That one's doing really well. This one has just gone crazy. I mean, it's got so many shoots there. I'm not sure if I might have to just split that this year, even though it's only been in for I think this is going to be its second year. But it just really loves this spot. It gets so much sun. The soil must be nice and good for it. That's what I'd more sort of expect, is one or two buds around the main rhizome. But these, just crazy. So the roses have all been pruned, and you can see they're starting to open up their leaf buds now, which is a really good sign. Just behind that, I've got the first of the daffodils coming up. It's putting his little buds out, his flower buds up, which will be really exciting. I haven't labelled any of my daffodils. Again, I know I'm really bad at that, but it does mean I've got a nice surprise coming when they do open. Just behind there, we've got a daylily, and loads of other little things coming up too, which is really exciting. This Nephophia has just gone huge, so that's really happy. And again, more daffodils just down here. So in the next, well, I suppose this month and next month, we'll start getting some daffodils and lots more flowers coming out, which will be really exciting. Down at the veg patch, you can see the ground's really dry. It's been such a dry winter for us compared to normal, but things are doing all right so far. So in the first year, we've got the last couple of turnips. They'll need to come out in the next couple of weeks. We'll have to eat them, so I can start planting my peas. Then I've got a couple of rows of garlic and overwintered onions, which have all done brilliantly. Next up we have chard, which is also doing really well, really happy with that. The last swede, actually from this angle, it looks like an alright size. At the minute, obviously, and same with our leeks, you know, we're at the end of the leeks now for us. So they're just little piddlers. But we'll be taking these out before long so that we can start putting in fresh veg. One thing I have done is extended my veg patch. So it did go up to where that rock is, and now goes all the way up to that middle piece of wood there. So loads more room for growing, which will be brilliant. It's all no dig, so it's just cardboard, and then on top of the cardboard I put some sort of fresh weeds and things like that just to break down. Then above that is chicken manure and then compost, just to try and reduce the cost a bit, because compost is pretty expensive. So yeah, now we have a huge veg patch. So can't wait for that to be full of veg in the summer, all the way off down there. So the chickens are still locked away, sadly, but they're doing all right. They don't mind being in there too much. I've been giving them seeds every day. And yeah, different things to scratch about in, bits of straw and what have you. And they're doing really well this year. But obviously they'd much rather be out in the garden, eating lots of bugs and bits of grass and things like that. But they're doing all right. Won't be long till they can go back out again. This plum tree I cut back quite hard over the past couple of years because it was falling over. I'm not sure what exactly had happened before we got here, but it started to collapse. But I can see now we have flower buds on the way. I have a Victoria plum up just behind the veg over there, so hopefully, maybe it's wishful thinking, but I'm hoping it will flower, and then we'll be able to cross-pollinate this one and we can actually get some fruit. Some actual nice plums this year, so that'd be really good. Something really to look forward to. The quails are also doing really well. They're still loving these grasses. I mean, all the pack are hidden in these grasses. So we definitely have to get some more of these because they just love them. Won't be too long before we start getting eggs. They don't lay as much as the chickens, but we should be getting eggs from around spring sort of time. There we are. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give a big like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you again next time. Cheers!